CEBL. Montreal in their alternate reds, Ottawa in their skyline whites. Montreal going left to right, Ottawa right to left for this first quarter of play. Montreal scoring about 86 points a matchup. Ottawa just under 91 a game. Here's Capos' first touch, former Edmonton Stinger. Osawa in the blocks. Corner pocket, back out to Porter in the starting lineup as well. Capos, first basket, first touch, and he is off to a flyer.
Excellent half-court execution offensively for the Alliance, capped off by Capos with a nice jump hook.
Capos, we'll talk about his Montreal connection to the city through his dad. And here is Smart, the big hitter, the alpha. And that time the alpha came up second place with a shot rebounded by Saway. Dunmartin on the go. Ottawa had a great start against Brampton on a 6-0 run, and they never looked back. They led wire to wire against the Honey Badgers at the nation's capital. Dunmartin's release, smooth.
Excellent elbow screen at the nail by Capos, freeing up TDM for the nice mid-range jumper.
Neat and tidy for the Alliance. Dang Adele, a long-time Blackjack member. Adele storming through. Capos rebound. Recovered by Ottawa off the deflection, and here come the Blackjacks again. More. Adele. Here is a three. Splash. Justin Jackson only had 4 points in 15 minutes against Montreal, and he gets the first three of the day.
Jackson shot the ball in their last game against Brampton, starting off hot once again tonight against the Alliance.
Quite the enterprising attack from both teams in the early going. 7 points in the first minute 30. Capos. Off the heel, rebounded by Adele, and a one and done for the Alliance going back the other way. Adele on the pirouette. Adele denied, fouled, and he will go to the line. Adele had 8.6 assists against Montreal, had 6 points and 4 rebounds in the win over Brampton, and he wasn't happy about that. You see from the replay there, Dwight.
There we see Porter with the dribble drive, finding Sasha Capos with the nice over-the-top jump hook. That had to feel good to get his first shot, see it to go down. To open this ball game. But what I do like about the Blackjacks, Mo, their versatility offensively, well, on both ends of the floor. All of their players in this lineup can dribble, pass, and shoot. Led by the head of the state, Javante Smart. We saw Dang Adele put the ball on the floor right there to create contact. Went to the line for 2 shots.
Montreal, Ottawa, Blackjacks, number 4 in the league at 75% per game. They shot 50% against the Alliance in the first rendezvous in Ottawa, and yet they won the game. They won the game. And they shot 80% against Brampton. And Adele makes it a 5-4 lead for the first lead. So now it is a 5-0 run for Ottawa. And this game of swings in the first 2 minutes of play. Guerrier. Attack with the right, strong. Capos. Rebound Ottawa. A long pass up ahead of Saway with his back towards the flow. Here's Jackson, 3-pointer to his name, and a whistle and a foul on Dunmartin. And that'll be the second team foul. And Dwight, we're seeing Montreal against a little bit of foul issues in the first couple minutes of play with the team numbers.
Well, again, transition defense was one of the keys for both teams, specifically for the Alliance coming into this game. As we see Justin Jackson, who just made a three, put the ball on the floor. TDM gets caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
More. Here is Adele on a switch with Porter, who had 14 against the Blackjacks his first game as an Alliance member. From the flats. Rebound, Capos. Here is Guerrier. Here is Osawe. There goes Osawe. Guerrier poked by Jackson. Back out to Dunmartin. 14 left in the shot clock. Big versus small. Guerrier, he wants it. You'll fancy it. 6 left in the shot clock. Dunmartin. Put back. Terrific finish by Porter. Montreal by 1.
Guerrier was showing off his skills with the dribble. Finds a cutting TDM. Nice putback by Porter. Goes strong to the hoop.
Route 1 was blocked. Route 2 was open for Porter. Adele against Capos. Tough shot. Better finish. And they're back up by 2.
Adele liked the matchup against Capos on the perimeter. Caps it off with a shot from downtown.
And that's their second 3 of the day. They make about 10 a game. Dunmartin. And Montreal, no slots themselves. They also make 10 threes a game, so this might be a long-range archery battle here. 3-on-1 for the Alliance. Porter, Euro, drop pass, Osawe, reload. Porter again to Dunmartin, and they want to reload again. Speculative perhaps not attacking the rim. 1 pass too many. We'll see if they can convert on this possession. And that goes out of bounds. So a disjointed 3-on-1 here, and no points coming out of it. Possession Montreal.
Definitely. That's not how you want to execute a 3-on-1 in transition. Porter should have kept the ball for himself by finishing at the rim. Instead, here you see Guerrier finding a cutting TDM, and Johnny on the spot with Porter with the putback.
And that is an empty possession for the Alliance. Moore from 16. Guerrier on the rebound, and Montreal will be given a reprieve on the miss by Ottawa. Porter, Porter, stuff. And this will be a foul against him. And for young Brandon Porter, he's come off the bench for the most part of the season here, but they want to give him the confidence here, Dwight, to be much more effective.
A little bit out of control here was Porter trying to catch Adele off balance, but his shoulders and his elbows caught him in the chest a little bit. As long as you don't have to be set anymore to take a charge, as long as your chest is there square, you're going to get the call every time. Unfortunate for Porter.
Montreal had 46 points from the paint against Ottawa last go-around. We'll see if that will be the same tonic against the Blackjacks. Here's Vino, who had a wonderful game against Brampton, coming off the bench, and key shots hit against the Badgers. Smart. Osawe, the top defender for the Alliance, against the top hitter for the Blackjacks. And the top hitter comes up. First place in that finish, they're up by 4.
Good defense by Osawe, better offense by Javonte Smart on that dribble drive.
Enthralling first quarter now. Pistol Smith, Tabitha Smith back with the Alliance. Splash! What a way to have a reintroduction to the Alliance faithful.
That's got to feel good for Smith. First shot goes down from downtown.
Smith almost got that from Adele. Open from the 45. Rebound, Tabitha Smith, and here's Osawe. Montreal down by 1 as we approach 5 minutes left in this first quarter of play. Osawe, second by the cherry, is sweet and 1. He doesn't miss many of those in the paint, and Montreal is up by 1.
The Alliance are playing with the urgency of a team that's trying to make the playoffs. Excellent defensive rebound, gets the ball out in transition. Right here, here's the replay. There's Osawe going to the basket, absorbs the contact, doesn't finish the first time, takes the contact the second time, and going to the free throw line for a possible 3-point play.
So Montreal getting a little bit longer and wider in the attacking line. Ben Stevens along with Michael Diggins Jr. back in the lineup in this moment here as we see Capos going off. No subs for the the Blackjacks.
Wrong sport, bro.
Wrong sport, but same complex, next door neighbors.
Yes,
Red Blacks and
yes,
Redjacks.
absolutely.
Red Blacks and Blackjacks, whatever they're called. Red Blacks. It's a lot of names in that thing.
That's right, that's right, that's right.
Right now the Blackjacks are down by 2. Here's Adele. Saved by Smith. Here's Osawe, 2-on-2. Trailing, Guerrier, layup converted. A peach of the finish by the Alliance.
Ever since Pistol Smith has come into the ball game, the tenor of the game has changed.
From the flats. And that is C/CBL. And right now, Dwight, early stat line for Montreal, a plethora of players in three-point range. And here is Diggins Jr. trying to open up his account. Stevens had a wonderful game, and there's Osawe, and he is fouled. So you're seeing a bit of a plan A of feeding the paint here and trying to win that battle against the Blackjacks.
Well, the Alliance is the initial possession of the ball game. They went to Osawe against Javonte Smart on the low block. And here, once again, Ben Stevens goes for Osawe, catching Javonte Smart trying to steal the basketball, gets fouled over the top. Osawe missing the first free throw, but you can tell there's a concerted effort. They're trying to make Javonte have to work on the defensive end because of all the responsibility that he has on the offensive end.
Osawe had 10 on 50% shooting against Winnipeg. He had 5 points and 7 rebounds against Ottawa in the loss back in June. And right now he's one of the top free throw shooters at 90% a game. Vino back over to Adele. And that is going to go off of who? And that's last touch by Roller, the former Alliance member, back in the lineup. And coming in the games, Abdul Mohammed, an Ottawa native. So a lot of connections with the city of Ottawa, Montreal, and vice versa.
A lot of versatility on the floor for both teams right now. There is a chess match between head coach Jermaine Small and Ottawa coach Dave DeViro, trying to go length for length, athletic ability for athletic ability. Ton of that right now on the basketball floor.
Well, you look at Ben Stevens, who was on the court. He had a wonderful game in the outdoor matchup in which he had 16 points. It was in fuego. And there is Stevens in the teeth. Back out to Osawe against Vino. 6 left in the shot clock. Stopping, popping. And that is an excellent finish for Kevin Osawe.
Osawe looking extremely comfortable going to that Dirk Nowitzki fadeaway inside the free throw line. Nice touch.
6 points for him. Plenty of guts. So Smart the guile and the hunger, and now they're down by a score of 5 with 3:43 left. Muhammad. Here's Osawe and Pistol Smith. Back like he never left, and he's now on the switch against Moore. Missing the 3, rebound, and takes a ricochet or 2 off his knees, and this will be Ottawa ball. And Jackson about to come back in for Ottawa with 3:29 left, and being tagged out is Dangadell. And Malcolm DeVivio will make his first appearance, and you see here on the smart finish, Dwight, A+ effort.
Javonte Smart, because of his ability to shoot the basketball, most defenders want to press up on him. That enables him to have that dribble job like he just did right there, finishing strong at the cup.
And comes in jeopardy with these two teams. It's full throttle ahead for these teams trying to cement their spots in the playoffs. Jackson, first step around Stevens, and that was a blow-by, and that is a perfect finish for him.
Because of Jackson's ability to shoot the basketball from deep, Ben Stevens went for the pump fake. Nice finish with the left hand by Jackson.
5 points for Jackson. Now, here's a stolen ball. Moore, 1 man to beat. Moore off balance, and 1. He torqued his body like Cirque du Soleil, and a chance now for Ottawa to tie it up at 17.
Isaiah Moore is not your typical big, Mo, for this league. Here you see his ability to get out in the passing lanes, takes the body contact in the open floor, has the wherewithal to finish and go to the line for a 3-point play here. He has great hands, has the ability to put the ball on the floor, can initiate offense off the defensive backboard. I love the versatility of Isaiah Moore for the Blackjacks.
So for Ottawa, they hit about 6 steals per game, which is number 10 in the league. So they're not the best at the quick hands of the passing lanes, but that time it paid off for them. And we're back to parity at 17 apiece. South of 3 in this first quarter play. Gavin Bear, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan on this Wednesday night between Montreal and Ottawa. Smith against Moore, the pirouette. DeVivier, that's his spot. Not that time. Rebound, and here comes Ottawa and a chance to retake the lead. Moore to Smart, and that is sublime by him.
Defensive rebound, get the outlet, push in transition, strong finish by Javonte Smart.
Almost like Bret Hart, Adam Oates, 1-2 telepathy. Bullseye! And the shot from Capos, who shot 40% from 3 in the overseas league, and Montreal back up by 1.
Always nice to have a 5 that can shoot from the perimeter.
Rebound Muhammad. Here comes DeVivier, and they will slow down the stream of water to get the reinforcements. Diggins Jr. for 3. Off the heel. And Capos can't get to it. Jackson does. Vino goes. Here is Smart 2-on-1. The alley. And that's off the iron. And Montreal breathing a sigh of relief. Smith now on the go. Here's his twist and turn. Well defended by Vino. They hit about 4 blocks a game this year, Ottawa. Smart on the transition. Smart still going on the floor. And we go from one end to the other end. Mohamed, 1-on-1. And he is going to the free throw line as he was impeded by Shakur Daniel.
Right now, the play is fast and furious. I don't think the play is too smart right now, but I do understand that both teams want to get out in transition and not have to play against a set defense. But at some point, the quarterbacks of both of these teams have to settle down and try to get some better possessions in the half court. I do understand that we're trying to get up and down, but in this type of game, you want to get some good shots at the basket.
Cal Tire, proud partner and tire expert at the CEBL. Shop top tire brands and have a peace of mind with Cal Tire's price match guarantee. Shop and book at caltire.com. And right now you can see the summer tires on the shoes of these tense specimen athletes on the court. They're, as you said before, going up and down like it's a 100-meter race from both these teams here, Dwight.
I don't want to say it's disjointed, Mo, but it's pretty clear that both teams came to play tonight. And, of course, especially on the Alliance side, they understand the urgency and the importance of this game in terms of their playoff picture.
Well, they know the Honey Badgers are watching with great intent because they want to chase them. A win by Montreal would tie a franchise-high 7 wins set in 2023 under Derek Alston Sr. Sidecar pass, Vino. Working the interplay. Extra pass, flats, 3. Vino, whistle, foul. And it will be on the Alliance, and already Montreal has 5+ fouls. Ottawa won the bonus, and that will be a foul called against Abdul Mohamed, which is his second personal foul. Right? So he'll have a respite, you would imagine, if they do take him off, which I think they will, as Osai will come in. Gurry in for Diggins Jr. And Muhammad will finally go off. Same five out there. Vino, Jackson, along with Dangadell. Tate's in the game now, and along with Isaiah Moore.
Just to show the versatility of the Blackjacks, Mo, Kevon Vino is their point guard, but he is just as athletic as anybody out there on the floor, as we witnessed there with that controlled rebound on the putback, which is the first free throw.
Well, Vino had 14 minutes of action, 6 points, 3 points against Montreal. Against Brampton, he had 12.6 rebounds in 27 minutes off the bench. So it's a 2-point lead going to the final 70 seconds in this first quarter play. Capos, here's Guerrier. As he veers back away, Guerrier trying to get going. He has 2 points to his name. Looking for the option B, finds Osawe, and that was one pass too many for the Alliance. Another turnover by them. They hit about 15 a game. Vino for the lead. Rebound Guerrier, 48 seconds left. So both teams really ambitious with the three-point shot. Osawe trying to now get around Moore for three. And both teams a little bit cold and suspect from long range. Right?
I'm not sure if that's the shot that Coach Small wanted for the Alliance and Osawe.
Here's Adele. And that is smooth with his hands like the voice. And now we're back to 22 apiece.
And what that does, when you don't take a good shot offensively, it doesn't give you the defensive balance necessary to get back against a good Blackjacks team.
Very composed player, Dangadell. Here is Taylor Dunn-Martin. He'll fancy the shot. Bullseye! Up by 3. 6 seconds left. Vino. Tate for the tie. Nylon. One ace to the other ace. After one round.
Back in 2021 season where he actually won a championship. So that brings some experience in the league for the program. And also Tavis Smith, who played a bit during the first game in the season. And is now being replaced in the lineup of Alain Louis, who's now sidelined with a lower body injury. We got some information that he's not going to be playing this week still, and will be evaluated day by day to see how he can be back in the lineup. So back to you, Mo.
Thank you so much, Gab. That's a big loss, Alain Louis not being there.
So, yep.
You're watching CBL Basketball live on TSN Plus. CEBL Plus, powered by Tony Bet. Gavin Bear, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan. 25-25 game at the line is Guerrier getting his first free throw of this second quarter play. He's on point number 3. Dwight, what caught your attention from the stats in that first quarter of action?
Well, the early indications for Sasha Capos right now in his first game as a member of the Alliance, so far so good. His activity has been good. He's got 5 rebounds already, has made a 3, made a jump hook, so he's definitely made his presence felt early for the Alliance as we're in the second quarter.
What caught my attention, the field goal shooting for Ottawa. 50% in the first quarter played. They're number 2 in the league at 47%. They are high percentage, high quality shot takers. And here's Dangadell, and you see why the missed dunk by Moore as DeVivier created a bit of diversion on that ball, and that will be a foul called on the Alliance.
When going up against a 2-3 zone or any zone for that matter, Mo, you're always going to find a shot in the middle. Excellent pass from Dang, who was at the nail, finding Isaiah Moore at the cup. Got fouled on the attempted dunk. Let's see if he can make 2 free throws here.
Moore had 19 and 8 against Montreal. He had 22 points. And only 18 rebounds.
Only 18 rebounds. A franchise record the other night.
Only 18 rebounds.
But as I said earlier, I love the versatility of Isaiah Moore. Brings it on both ends. Love the activity from this player.
I mean, 18 rebounds isn't bad.
No, it's not bad. Those are my type of numbers when I was playing.
Those are my type of numbers when I play in my house. And right now it's a 26-26 game between the Alliance and Blackjacks from Montreal. And that is a foul on the Alliance. And again, another unforced foul by the Alliance in the Pledge territory, and this goes back over to the Blackjacks.
A little bit too much of enthusiasm right there by Sasha Capos on the attempted screen, trying to get Osawe open on the perimeter for a 3. Good call by the official. Offensive foul going the other way for the Blackjacks.
Roller back in for Ottawa. Capos off along with DeVivier, and Capos has a connection with Montreal. His dad played basketball for Vanier College way back in the day.
Was it back in my day, Mo? I'm not sure. Was it
before your time?
There you go.
Before your time.
That is correct.
When Vanier was known as a badminton school, not a basketball school. Here is Vino. Whipping that pass. Tate jumper. And that is perfect geometry by him.
Excellent pass by Vino with the hook cross-court pass, finding Tate feeling comfortable.
Dunn-Martin Putback by Stevens. No good. Ricochets back over to Ottawa, and Jackson slow to get up. Here is Adele. Roller couldn't get to that. And it's crash of human bodies. Slow to get up is Jackson. Slower to get up is Guerrier. And Tate will get up. And thankfully all three players are okay because it looked like it was a tough ending there. And you see the replay from the 2-on-1.
Yeah, after the tough miss by Ben Stevens on the offensive rebound, there's the collision between Quincy Guerrier and Terrell Tate. Luckily for the Alliance and for Quincy Guerrier, he's okay as he jogs back to the bench to get a little bit of a rest.
Adele, the inbounder on the end line. A congestion of bodies in the key. 8:30 left in this first half. Montreal, Ottawa, 2-point lead for the Red Black. Roller with the autograph. And he is quite familiar with this rim. A love affair, second to none with him in Montreal.
Excellent misdirection play, baseline out of bounds. Finally cutting Roller with a nice finish, dumped over the top.
Roller had 6 rebounds, 8 points. Asali from the 45. Lead back to a skyline look. Montreal, their alternate reds today. And here comes Javonte Smart. Quiet first half, but you know he can pick it up. Adele deflected. Montreal, they have a 4-on-1. The race is on. Asali, gold medal is good. And now Montreal back up by 1.
Live ball turnover, excellent transition offensively. Strong finish by Asali.
Rebound, Ottawa. Roller, no. Second by the cherry, no. 9 lead changes so far in this first half for both sides. Dunmartin looking for Stevens in the jungle, and that was well read. Deflected away by Roller. Here's Adele. Dickens Jr. blocking that avenue. Tate from the center arc. Rebound, Dickens Jr. 7:22 left in this first half. You know about to come back in for Ottawa. Smith dancing, pirouetting. And that rims out for Montreal. Roller with another rebound as Guerrier will come back in for the Alliance on the next whistle.
Nice individual move by Pistol Smith right there. Unfortunate hit with the miss.
Smart. Corner pocket. Dangadell. Watched by Dickens Jr. South of 7. And that was a wall of red. No foul call. 3-on-2 for Montreal. Dunmartin from the 45. Cash money. Up by 4. And a whistle call. Adele's on the ground right now as Moore and Vino will come in. And you can see the player, the pantomime reaction from the Ottawa side of things. Not happy that Dangadell was not given the foul call to his benefit.
Well, because the contact looked egregious, Mo. But according to the official explaining to the Ottawa Blackjack players right now in front of us, verticality was in effect defensively by the Alliance right here. Here's the play. Unfortunately, with Dangadell being on the other end, here's the move. Takes the verticality contact from Ben Stevens, and because he was on the floor, it enabled the Alliance to get out and transition 5-on-4, finding TM with the 3 from the 45.
I'd be remiss not to mention who the officials are. Ryan Langdon, Francois Brouillette, and Julien Reynaud are the officials today on this Wednesday. So you can email them at their email account to know what they are.
Well, hopefully right now the trainer is taking a look at Dangadell. Hopefully the injury to his face is not too serious, and we'll see him come back to the ballgame.
Yeah, they need Adele out there. He is definitely the 5-tool player, the glue guy for this Blackjack roster. Smart is the flamethrower on this roster when it comes to points for. Smart negotiating. Here's Jackson, already on 5 points. Well read by Smith, 2-on-9. Dunmartin, showtime. Welcome to Sports Center. Guerrier on the front page of that.
Travis Pistol Smith is showing his prowess on the defensive end, getting it out of transition. Nice highlight finish.
Moore and 1. Surgical, absolutely magical by Moore, and he sounds the Verdun octaves.
As a big Isaiah Moore shows a clinic with the short roll, getting the ball at the free throw line. Here's the turnover right here with Pistol Smith, getting it out in transition, finding TDM, who sees a trailing Quincy Guerrier with the off-the-board alley-oop finish. Nice to see here on a Wednesday night in Verdun.
Moore at the line for the Blackjacks on 6 points. Lucky 7 for him. And this has been a fresh and frisky game between these two teams, Dwight.
Isaiah Moore, again, I will say it all night. Love his versatility right there, taking the contact and finishing it off with a 3-point play.
They were 17 of 21 against the Honey Badgers. Smith artistic gravity, and Montreal up by 5, south of 6.
The two new players for the Alliance, Tavis Pistol Smith and Sasha Kapos, have definitely shown their prowess tonight so far.
Is he really new, even though he's been with the team before? Reincarnation?
Yes,
Part 2?
That's right.
Like Happy Gilmore Part 2. And the finish right there by Jackson, who is a happy camper on that one, and up by 3 Montreal with 5:35 left. Diggins Jr. and repelled by Jackson, and he was about to become a postcard in the tourist shops as Montreal had that dunk been converted.
On the previous possession, Isaiah Moore finds a cutting Justin Jackson in the dunker spot. Jackson finishing strong on the baseline. In the previous play, Tavis Smith going to the hole, showing it strong. One more dribble, and he possibly could have dunked it, but he took the safe route by laying it up softly and in.
Yeah, Diggins Jr. had 13 points in the loss to Ottawa, against the Seabirds, that was. Did not play against Ottawa. He was banged up back in June. And hits the first free throw, and Montreal now up by 4. They make about 13 free throws a game. They were 7 of 16 in the loss to the Blackjacks.
Diggins Jr. had a tough shoulder injury. I've been through shoulder separations before. Not easy to come back from. You got to be pretty much healthy if you want to come back from that injury.
4-point lead, Montreal. Biggest lead for them so far today has been 7. Ottawa has been 4. Jackson. And he almost went acrobatic on that finish, and he is fouled, and Justin Jackson has been that glue guy. Speaking to Dave DeVrio before the game, he said, for us to win this game against Montreal, we need to out-rebound this long Montreal Lions roster.
Defensive rebound definitely, Mo, was one of the keys coming into this game, but it's for both teams because they want to have a good possession defensively, get the ball off the defensive backboard, and get out in transition. That's the key for both teams. Let's see which style of play, once again, wins out over the evening.
Get cash back on Alliance ticket purchases at CEBL.ca/NEO. When using your NEO credit card, sign up now and receive a $25 bonus. Jackson at the line, 81%, and he might get himself a bonus on that conversion. And now it's a 3-point lead for the Alliance over the Blackjacks. Gavin Bear, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan. 5:14 left. This has been a slugfest between these two teams. Martin, Guerrier in the low block. He's watched by Jackson. 2 Bulls going at it right now. Guerrier and 1. He was browsing and he got himself a 2.
Guerrier gets the ball in the mid-post. Quick jab step, couple of dribbles to the middle. Catches a retreating Justin Jackson out of position. Absorbs contact. Nice soft finish over the top. Let's see if Quincy can convert the 3-point play.
He had 15 and 8 in 1 block against the Blackjacks. Spent some time in Vegas. And now at the line, this moment here.
You never want to allow a player to get to his strong hand. That was Jackson's mistake initially, allowing Quincy to get to his strong hand for the finish.
Montreal ball off the miss. So 5-point lead. 5:03 left. Right now, Dwight, tail the tape. Who's got the edge and momentum? And you see the Guerrier finish.
Here it is. Once he faces up Jackson. Little swipe across the face. Allows Jackson to get out of position. Quincy absorbs the contact with the finish.
Guerrier absorbing the contact, double team, and that was a disjointed possession. And here comes the Blackjacks, and Smart got stepped on, and he was fouled. And now, perhaps a game-changing moment here for DeViro. When Guerrier has the ball, they double team him in low block.
And that's what I wanted to say. That's a good call by you, Mo. As Quincy was crab dribbling on the low block, he turns the ball over. And, of course, you don't want to ever see Javonte Smart in the open floor because more often than not, he's going to come through with either 2 points or getting fouled, as we see here, to go to the line for 2.
I mean, he only had 31 points against Montreal.
It was a pretty good game for him.
28 points against Hampson. And for those who have in fantasy basketball in your CEBL lineup card, Mr. Popular in Ottawa, but not so much Mr. Popular in these parts of the town.
Listen, I think it's pretty smart to go with Javonte Smart.
Well played, well played over there. That Florida Tech education.
There you go. Thank you very much. I respect
Florida
that.
Tech. There's Florida Tech and everyone else in that university system in Florida. And that will be against the Alliance. That will be a foul against Montreal. And again, Ottawa is in the bonus the rest of this first half with 4:30 left. 3 team fouls for Ottawa.
Yes, and that was an offensive foul, so they're not in the penalty right now. Talking about the Alliance, but Sasha Kapos a little bit too exuberant while setting that screen.
And Njok Tajore, who played at Udue, Sejep Udue, St. Bonaventure, and now at Ottawa University. Back out to Vino. Vino on the switch with Guerrier. And Jacques Tadjori to his left. To the right he goes. Here is the 45-degree shot. Miss, rebound Osawe. 4:18 left here in this first half. Osawe now driving. Osawe coming back over to Tavis Smith. Smith in for two, and now it's a 5-point lead.
Tavis Smith has felt good about himself this entire night, Mo, on both ends of the floor. Nice pirouette spin move, finishing strong with the left hand.
Smart's got space. Smart exploding. And you see the guile and the flair emerge in his ability to score points, Dwight.
Javonte Smart feels like he has to score right away.
Capos. Rebound Montreal. Clean up an L6 by number 6. Guerrier gives Montreal a 5-point lead.
Dave DeVero cannot be happy with that. Defensive rebounding was the key coming into this game. Offensive rebound and putback by Guerrier.
Montreal had 53 rebounds, 26 offensive rebounds against the Blackjacks, and it's back to a 2-point lead for the Alliance.
Javonte Smart with the long distance three. He's starting to get hot offensively.
Smith, Pistol Smith, eyeball to eyeball against Daniel. And another rebound for Moore, and a chance for Ottawa to tie or retake the lead. And this has been a fierce rivalry with these two teams. We'll talk about the season series. Smart. Rebound, Guerrier.
That was a heat check from Smart. I'm sure Dave DeVero has no problems with that shot.
Switch of play to Vivier. Overcooked that shot. And Hart will give him some support with Vino, and Vino will be the quarterback looking for the touchdown pass. They're down by 2 against Montreal. 2:48 left here in this first half. Vino. Still Vino. Still Vino, and now he'll back over to Daniel. Vino, high-low. Moore, well read by Osawe, kept in by Daniel. 5 left the shot clock. Shakur Daniel underneath, and then finished by
3-point line. Montreal shooting 31% and Ottawa at 28%, but they've done everything else to have our game tied at 45 with 2.5 to go.
Combined, they're 9 of 30 so far in this first half. Here is Osawe leading the way for the Alliance. The hot hand. In, looking. And the putback, the forensic finish. Montreal back up by 2 with 2:12 left in this first half.
You can tell from Jermaine Small that anytime they have the chance for Osawe to get Javonte Smart on the low block, they are going to go to that advantage that they feel that they have. Right there, Osawe with the miss, but the offensive putback to have the Alliance up by 2.
Smart at the logo. Smith on him. Pistol Smith trying to defer. Here is Moore. He won't defer. And that's his postal code of the finish.
That is a pet peeve, a pet play, by the Blackjacks. Smart finding Moore at the free throw line. Nice soft jump shot.
It could be a pet peeve for Jermaine Small.
That's right.
Guerrier. Here's the Vivier in the corner. Shakur Daniel on him. 8 left in the shot clock for Montreal. Osawe on the switch. 5 left in the shot clock. Osawe dancing. Osawe looking, waiting, shooting. No good. Rebound, and Jacques Tadjori. 1:27 left here. Ottawa, chance for the lead. Moore for the lead. Rebound, Guerrier. And now we go back to the plus territory for the Alliance. Well read by Moore. And now the lead is at the fingertips of Moore. And he was caught in 2 minds. An absolute blush that will not be spared. A heart and mouth moment. And here is Stevens. 4-point swing.
You know what? It's crazy. I was just about to give Isaiah Moore his flowers because of his prowess on both ends of the floor. But unfortunately for him, he blew a tire at one end trying to make a layup, leaving Ben Stevens open for the layup at the other end.
So you might have to go to Cal Tire to get that repaired. And that is Smart, who will be going to the free throw line with 49.1 left in this first half of play. And you see the margins are starting to tighten in this game here with these teams going back and forth. Right now, it's like I asked you earlier, but the momentum is in whose favor after this replay from Montreal.
Here's Javonte Smart after the layup by Ben Stevens on the other end. Ben Stevens gets back on defense and commits the foul on Javonte Smart. Of the second half of the second quarter, Javonte Smart has definitely put his imprint on this game offensively. He's been pretty good for this entire first half, but you can see he's making more of a concerted effort trying to score the basketball.
At the half, Gab will be joined by the player at halftime. We'll find out which player that is. And that is presented by Russell Athletic. And don't forget, CEBL feature, Alain Louis home turf. Visiting head coach Dave DeVero will join Gavin Bear. Halftime stats and player to watch revisited. All and more here on this Wednesday night from Verdun. Gavin Baird, Mo Khan, Dwight Walton. 49-49. Tavis Smith. Here's Osawe. In. Osawe. Denied by Moore. Save Vino. And John DeJoy. Flight 24. And he just posterized Pistol Smith at the height of the rim.
Jock DeJoy finishing strong, taking the contact to the side of the head. But that all got started with the defense from Isaiah Moore on one end. He saves the ball to Vino. Vino finds a cutting Jock DeJoy, getting fouled by Pistol Smith, who I think that was an ill-advised foul. At that point, just let the player go for the shot, but instead going for a possible three-point play and to give the Blackjacks a three-point lead.
And almost deja vu to what we saw in the first game in Ottawa, where they were going neck and neck, and then Ottawa pulled away late first half. And you might look at this moment here, Dwight, if Ottawa were to win, as maybe the seminal play that got them win number 9.
Well, both teams will talk about their defense at halftime coming out for the third quarter, but pretty nice offensive display so far by both teams.
The Lions playing for the last shot, 13 left in the big clock. 8 left in the small clock. Dunmartin against Njok Tajori. Dunmartin, the alley, and no finish for Diggins Jr., who is frustrated. And speaking to Jermaine Small yesterday, he says once he's healthy, this guy is a jack-in-the-box pogo stick-like character.
We talked about
Diggins Jr.
Oh, 100%. And again, disjointed offensive display right here from TDM, but he finds a cutting Diggins Jr., who definitely one of the more athletic talents that we have in the CEBL. Got hit on the arm. Let's see if he can make these 2 free throws with 5 seconds to go in the first half.
Scoring 8 a game, just under 80% free throw shooting as Smith comes in for Dunmartin. Terrell Tate in the game for Ottawa. And the usual suspects. Moore, Vino, Smart, Guerrier. And Montreal misses another free throw. And so far today, there's 6 of 11.
You know that Dave DeViro has a play for these final 5 seconds as the Alliance come down the court.
1 point separation, 5.4 left. Last action for Smart and the Blackjacks. Smart at the deck. And here, but right now for Montreal, no fear basketball will be required if they want to get themselves in that playoff conversation. Ottawa 1 win away from having that cemented into August playoffs. Here's Dunmartin, watch closely by Smart. The 2 big hitters. Blow by, kick out, Gurry from the 45. Bullseye!
Excellent hesitation, dribble by TDM. Catches Smart off guard, finds Guerrier for the court for the 45-3.
6 of 17 is Montreal from long range. Adele, and that is smooth by him. It's back down to a tie game.
Excellent individual move from the mid-post by Dengadel over Guerrier.
Dunmartin. Shakur Daniel on Capos. Here is Guerrier. Here is Osawe. Osawe over Adele. Off the heel. Rebound right back to Ottawa, and that is snatched away by Jackson. Smart against Porter. Kick out, open 3. Daniel. Nylon. And they're up by 3, and now they're shooting 5 of 17 from 3.
You heard Coach DeViro talking about his players playing off the 2 feet. That's exactly what happened for the Daniel 3.
Another whistle called against the Alliance. This will be a foul as we're in the early going of this second half. Brandon Porter, 3 personal fouls, and here's the highlight from Ottawa.
There was Javante Smart getting into the defense, finding Daniel on the baseline for the short 3 corner pocket.
So Jermaine Small will keep Porter out there for the Alliance, Dwight. Is that a smart move early in the second half on 3 personal fouls?
Hey, listen, it is what it is, and they understand the importance of this game.
Rebound stolen. Jackson clean up an aisle 6, and they're up by a score of 5. 6-0 run for the Blackjacks.
This is the start the Blackjacks wanted to get on the start of the second half.
Osawe, that's stripped by Jackson. He's doing it at both ends of the court. Adele is on his front foot, on the bike. Smart, open. You can't do that, but that time he missed the shot.
The Alliance dodged the bullet right there. Live ball turnover. Open 3 for Smart. Unfortunate for him.
Porter from the elbow. Porter with the euro. Porter off the angle of the window and in, and Montreal down by 3.
Porter felt comfortable going to the basket over the shorter Daniel. Nice soft touch off the glass.
Porter on 4 points. Smart. Capos. And this might be a mismatch edge for Smart and the Blackjacks. Jackson around the protractor from the corner pocket. And that lacked the ingenuity from Daniel, and he knows it as he looks up to the Verdun gods in this arena.
While you want Isaiah Moore to go to the offensive glass with aggression, you don't want him to commit a foul 94 feet away from the basket. But right here, there's Justin Jackson, Johnny on the spot, finishing strong with the left hand. And here's Osawe getting into trouble. Jackson with the steal. Dengadell in transition.
Montreal looking to ease the fears of the faithful for the tie. Jackson on the cleanup. And Montreal a little bit disheveled coming into this second half. Ottawa looking smooth and serene. Jack from Bank Street. And a rebound by Porter. So both teams just not finding the edge with the three-point shot today. Back over to Porter, and that is well defended by Adele. We talked about his length being problematic. And this is going to be a stoppage and play with 7:16 left in this third quarter.
Porter turns the ball initially off the dribble right there, then commits the frustration foul, getting back on defense. As we're going to find here, Porter thinks he has an advantage over Dengadell. And there's Isaiah Moore with the strip on the inside, and then the frustration foul committed by Porter, which sends him to the bench. Capos to the bench, as well as the Alliance are going to the defensive lineup, bringing in Muhammad and Diggins Jr.
Well, Montreal rolled the dice on 3 personal fouls. Porter now on 4, and he's going to have a respite, a vacation stay on the bench for the next, wow. Smart. No vacation time for him as he sliced his way through. Montreal down by 5.
Perimeter defense was at a premium coming into this game for the Alliance. Right there, definitely not kind with Smart going to the basket.
Osawe looking for the masterpiece, and now he's in a cul-de-sac. Guerrier dancing against Jackson. Osawe on the interplay. 6 left. Anxious times. Fans want to see some movement here. Osawe. Rebounds. Put back. No. 0 for 3 on that possession, and Montreal down by 5. And this could be the seam of points that Ottawa is looking for, up by 5. And this goes back the other way. And again, Montreal dodging a bullet on that Ottawa possession. Abdul Mohamed does a very good job for the Alliance of crashing both backboards. Right there, unfortunate for him, missed 2 shots at the basket. There's Javonte Smart sizing up Kevin Osawe on the perimeter. Osawe screaming for help, but it was too late with Smart already laying the ball in the basket. Ottawa, Montreal embroiled in the thickness of this game. Montreal a little bit limited on the ambition of the offensive side of things here, not finding this rhythm as he had. Pistol Smith could be the spark plug. Dunn Martin off the mark. And Muhammad, the last touch by him, and another one and done for possession numbers here for the Alliance.
Right now, the Alliance are struggling a little bit coming out of the half with their offensive prowess here. But Ottawa's doing a good job in the half court defensively and grabbing the defensive rebounds.
Smart from the center arc. Guerrier rebound. Montreal flying forward. Switch of play. Dunn Martin back with it against Shakur Daniel. Switch of play again. Here's Abdul Mohamed from the corner pocket. And that lacked the conviction. And Dunn Martin, stolen ball. Montreal has a 4-on-3 for the moment here. Smith, extra pass, Diggins Jr. And they punish the Blackjacks, and that fits their template of play.
Excellent pass by Pistol Smith, finding Diggins Jr. in the dunker spot. Nice finish.
Montreal only 6 steals per game. Rebound, Dunn Martin, the shortest player with the highest rebound on that moment. Back out over, and here's Dunn Martin again. Daniel on him. 15 left in the shot clock. On the interplay, Mohamed, first step, well repelled by the Blackjacks. 2-on-1, Adele. And that is an electric finish by him. They're up by 5.
That is exactly what you don't want the Alliance to do. Live ball turnover converted by the Blackjacks.
And Smith using the Montreal street smarts, and we go back and forth. And this flow favors who, Dwight, going back and forth?
Well, right now, both teams are doing a pretty good job in transition.
The putback, no good from Moore. Montreal has numbers, 5-on-2. Mohamed, open 3. Splash. Parity, restored.
That has to feel good for Mohamed on the previous 3. Shot an air ball. Now that 3 ties the ball game with 4 minutes to go.
Seeing a bit of fluency, normal fluency from both teams. Montreal loves three-point ball, making 10 a game. They were 8 of 35 in the loss to Ottawa, and a whistle.
The match this game has been tonight. 12 lead changes, 10 ties, Fast break points, 16-11 for Montreal over Ottawa. Points off the turnovers, 13-7 for Montreal. That was a concern for Coach DeViro and Coach Small coming into this game. Transition defense and live ball turnovers. Right now that favors the Alliance with them being down by 2.
And right now Ottawa has 4 players with 10-plus points, and that is what they call balanced scoring by their big hitters. Gurrier is the biggest hitter for the Alliance. Dunn-Martin back with it. South of 4. 2-point lead for Ottawa. For the lead. And more. And that is a pantomime reaction from the fan base as Dunn-Martin was knocked over. Dangadell trapped. Moore back with it. He evades. Vino for 3. Rebound, Diggins Jr. And a lot of anger from both sides. Dunn-Martin thought he was fouled. We play on, and this will be a foul on the Alliance. And this will definitely not be a proper call for the officials of the fan base in Montreal.
Now listen, I don't want to harp on it too much, but this is where sometimes a player of TDM size is not going to get the benefit of the doubt from the official, as he is the one that initiated the contact on Kevon Vino, and I believe the referees made the proper no call in that regard in that possession.
And right now it's been a sparkling form for Smart and Moore. We've seen a sparkling look from Quincy Gurrier, Pistol Smith as well.
You can definitely feel the tension from both teams in this game, particularly on the side of the Alliance, as they know they're fighting for their playoff lives. They need, like I said, they've got 5 home games remaining in the season. They want to get off to a home game start tonight.
Vino, and that was pickpocketed by Pistol Smith, and here he is on his bike. Mohamed, Osawe, and they'll slow it down as they went to option C with 3:17 left here in this third quarter play. Smith now trying to calm down the seas of the Ottawa Blackjack defense. For 3. Clanking it in, and Montreal back up by 1.
The iron kind right there for Tyvis Pistol Smith on that 3, giving the Alliance a 1-point lead.
On 12 now for Pistol Smith, south of 3. Adele, strong! And he was body slammed by Gurrier. And Moore is not happy, and he'll be called for the tech.
And he better be careful, because he might get a second one with the way he's talking right here. Dangadell going strong to the basket off the backdoor cut pass from Vino. Definitely contact right there. A foul should have been called on Abdul Mohamed. So I think Isaiah Moore had every right to protect his teammate, but he went too far by, I think, levying a cuss word at the official.
It might have been a gentle cuss word, but, you know, for those who are football fans, the NFL training camp's beginning right now. To use the football term, that was a pancake by Quincy Gurrier on Dangadell.
1,000%, but again, I do agree. The officials in that case definitely missed a foul on Abdul Mohamed.
You know, Salway missing his free throws. He is, I believe now, he's missed 2 free throws in this game. He's 2 of 4 from the line. And we talked about missed free throws, Dwight, could be the despair for the Alliance over the Blackhawks if they do lose.
Well, offensive rebound and free throws are always the 2 keys to any team that want to have success as a winning team. And right now, the Alliance are struggling in that regard.
Moore, Gurrier on the switch. Here's Adele. Turning, twisting, and he does not look like he was pancaked. He came out smooth on that finish.
Excellent move right there in the mid-range, in the mid-post, and Adele barking with the official.
And that was an ambitious play by Pistol Smith. And could Ottawa punish them on that missed chance at the lip of the cup? Dangadell playing the point forward position against the Alliance. Over Diggins Jr. Rebound Gurrier.
Dangadell right now is taking things personally out there. That was an ill-advised shot on the offensive end.
Gurrier, Mohamed, in traffic. Back out to Pistol Smith. Daniel on him. Just giving it step for step for 3. Tough shot. Better finish.
Great individual move right there by Tavis. Pistol Smith took on the challenge from Shakur Daniel and comes up with the downtown 3.
Pistol Smith, sparkling form, finding the harvest of 3s in this third quarter play. Vivier about to come back in for the Alliance. No subs lined up for Ottawa. 1:45 left in this third quarter. Montreal up by 2. Adele against Diggins Jr. from 17. Rebound, Sawe. And now he's taking his gallop. And he'll circle the wagons away for the reinforcements. And that is last touch by Osawe, who's had a tricky, fizzy, skiddy third quarter of the missed free throws, and now another turnover by the number 2 shirt.
Here it is once again. Great individual offensive move right there on Shakur Daniel. Nice individual prowess right there from Travis Smith with the 3 from downtown.
And right now, for Dunn Martin, he's still stuck on 8 points when it's still 45-45. And now it's a 2-point lead for the Alliance. Tate, Jackson, Osawe, Washington Deltoids. Tate for the lead. Rims out. Muhammad, game on a tightrope with these two teams. Potential playoff matchup. Osawe, Smith, he's fizzing. And they cannot contain it in the bottle of coming from Pistol Smith.
Travis Smith, because of his ability to shoot the ball from downtown, puts the ball on the floor for 2 dribbles, goes to his offhand with a strong finish with the right hand.
4-point lead. Lively minutes of action here. We move into the final 43 seconds left. Vino looking for it. And that's almost taken away. That is taken away. Smith is on his bike. And a layup converted. Or a top converted, however you want to determine that.
Travis Smith has been fantastic on both ends of the floor tonight.
Vino with the Euro. And that was speculative by him. 20 seconds left. Small clock is off. We're down to the big clock at 17 seconds left. This could change the air in Verdun if Montreal converts up by 6.
The Alliance need to take a good shot here to end this first half. This third quarter.
Fluidity has been in the game of Pistol Smith. Eyeball to eyeball with Smart. Dancing from 16. Rebound and
was offhand at strong at the cup. Travis Smith, the difference right now for the Alliance as we approach the fourth quarter.
So Montreal, when they trail at halftime, is 1-8. Ottawa with 6-3. Now going into this fourth quarter, Montreal in the lead after 3, 4-1. Ottawa, they're 0-4. And that is the Tate, and that was ambitious play. And here comes Smith. Montreal 3-on-2. Smith waiting for the help. DeVivier, and that pass just lacked the energy to get to DeVivier. And it's back over to Tate. It's a hot potato out there. It's a big flat, almost. Not
a little bit. Travis Smith, a little bit too exuberant. Definitely getting caught up in the moment.
Could he be getting leggy now this fourth quarter, given that's his first real game in the weeks?
We're gonna find out.
Moore can't find that out. He thought he was fouled, but you can see the pantomime reaction on his face being frustrated by the non-calls. Smith, Osawe from the center arc. Off the heel, another one and done, and that is recovered by Smith, a new 24 for the Alliance. Muhammad, and that is a whistle, and that will stop play with 8:57 left. Foul on Ottawa.
I think the Blackjacks need to settle down as we start this fourth quarter here. You can tell they're getting caught up in the emotions. They're showing frustration by some of the calls that they're not getting from the officiating. The Bureau needs to settle his troops down as we start this fourth quarter here.
Well, this game of chess has definitely been very enticing over here with these two teams. Plenty of jeopardy, plenty of twitch to go. Smith against Vino. Smith, Vino, Smith. And he comes up empty on that, rebounded by Jackson. And here is Smart back with it. Ottawa on the gallop, the alley, and the artistic gravity on display by Moore.
Jackson with the rebound, the outlet to Javonte Smart, the alley from Smart, and the oop finish from Isaiah Moore.
You know what? The top 5 dunks might come from this game alone.
Absolutely.
Muhammad. Sidecar pass, and that was nearly fumbled. And this is a complete disjointed possession for Montreal. 4 left in the shot clock. Osawe, 1 pass too many. And now the frustration starting to seep on the faces of the Alliance in this fourth quarter. Up by 4. Here is Smart, the flavor of the month. Jackson. Rebound back over to Capos. And Smith over here as we are now approaching south of 8 in this fourth quarter play. Smith byline. Extra pass from the 45. Osawe needs it. Can't get it. Rebound. Loose ball. Jackson boxing his way over for the possession. And that was sent back.
What's going on?
They are our backups.
Oh,
That's what I like to always remind people out there. Rod's a good guy. I love Rod. Rod and I, we worked many rodeos.
Yeah, Rod's my boy, too. I know Rod well.
Rod Black and I, our first game ever was a semifinal between Laval and Western in football.
Okay.
2010. And this is Laval before they didn't have a luxury box. They gave us a tempo tent in minus 20-degree weather, Celsius.
So Rod complained, and look what happened.
Rod being pulled some strings, and right now here's Gary trying to pull some strings from the 45. And that is empty for the Lions, still on 72 points. Vino. DeVivier will take care of him. Back to Tate, watched by Diggins Jr. Capos on Jackson. Tate from the elbow. And he can't find a bucket. Gurry on the twist and turn. Now we are approaching south of 7 in this game. DeVivier back with it, watched by Moore. Gavin Barrett, Dwight Walton, Mo Khan. 4-point lead for the Lions over the Blackjacks. DeVivier, he left the 3. This is a field goal, and that is uncharted territory. Gurry head fake. Gurry in. Can't find it. Gurry at part 2. No good. No, and the whistle, and the determined edge of Quincy Guerrier comes up empty, but he will go to the free throw line as he just wanted it more than the Ottawa players.
And here's the replay. Guerrier once, twice, 3 times, a 4th time, a 5th time, a 6th time, gets fouled on the attempted dunk attempt. 6 opportunities at the free throw line. Let's hope the basketball gods are kind to Quincy as he goes to the free throw line here. Let's hope he makes 2, because to have 6 chances at the basket and not to score could come back to haunt the Alliance as we approach target time.
12-9 so far for Gurry, 1-3 from the line.
Are you sure it's just 9? That's 6 offensive rebounds on 1 play.
Oh, well, that's true. He's about to give Isaiah Moore a good run for his money.
If the stats keeper are doing their jobs, that's 6 offensive rebounds on that 1 play.
We'll remind them at the table.
It's over 5 offensive rebounds. They missed the first shot, then 5 misses after that.
We will remind them at the table. I will remind them at the table.
There you go.
And that's what we call it out right there. That's what you say right there. I'll remind them right now afterwards. All right, so Gurry at the line. We set the game here, 6:39 left. In this matchup, we're 2:39 away from target time as they just recircle. As again, on this end of the court, there's always a perspiration situation here, so they want to make sure it's dry. Again, it's nothing like what it was Lake May outdoors. But again,
that is
they want to keep it dry. And so Osai will come in, and he will tag in, and tagging out will be Diggins Jr.
Diggins Jr. has done a pretty good job defensively tonight, has been contesting jump shots well with his length and his athletic ability as he jumps to contest shots. But Osawe has had some success tonight offensively and is one of the better defenders the Alliance have on their roster.
So Osawe at the line, test of fiber, and right now Montreal is 7-14, and this is almost a carbon copy of their 7-16 effort in Ottawa.
This could be the bugaboo tonight if the Alliance going to lose this game.
Montreal is actually 8th in the league from free throw shooting at 70%, but that gives them a bit of a gloss, up by 5. Now, can Ottawa brush off the pressure? Vino, the captain of the ship of this possession. Moore, and he is fouled. And you talk about the high-octane ability of Isaiah Moore. He is going to go to the free throw line, and he is problems for the Lions.
Porter must feel like he's on a yo-yo tonight because he's been in foul trouble the entire night. Right there, Vino finding a cutting Isaiah Moore. Porter was late with the low tag, and unfortunate for him, it's just one of those nights where foul trouble has followed him, and he's right back to the bench. Diggins Jr. comes back on the floor to replace him.
Clean connection right there by Moore, who is on point 14 now.
You gotta love a big that can roll to the basket and has soft hands enough to catch the ball and either finish or go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
1-score gap, 3-point lead. Dunn-Martin watched by Vino. Pass the logo into the plus territory. Dunn-Martin's got space. Dunn-Martin's going off balance. Dunn-Martin is not going to hit. He's still stuck on 8 points. And that's when 45-45, we're deep into this game. Smart. He won't miss many. And you see why. Parity. 6 minutes left in this ball game.
5-0 run, right? Mini 5-0 run by the Blackjacks to even the score with 6 minutes to go in the fourth.
Smith, can he come back with a response? Around Smart. Smith in, fouled. 2 free throws coming up for Pistol Smith. who's on 19 points, leading the way for the Alliance and in this game as well.
Tavian Dunn-Martin showing his frustration toward referees, asking for the same foul call that Tavis Smith has got here. Here we go, right here, Javonte Smart with a retreat dribble, saw some space, and splashed the ball down from downtown to tie the game at 73.
At the line is Pistol Smith. And shooter's touching that one. That could be a breaking point now for the Alliance. They are up by 1. And when it comes to the lead changes, as Dwight mentioned before, the update now, 15 lead changes. We've been tied 10 times, making 11 times. And Montreal's biggest lead has been 7. Ottawa, the biggest lead was 5.
And I think Dave DeVero gave Dang Adele a little bit of an emotional break as he sort of went one-on-one and had a few bad offensive possessions towards the end of that third quarter. And now Dang Adele is back into the game for the Blackjacks for the stretch run.
Game on the knife's edge. Blackjacks, Alliance. Here is Vino. There is Tate on the curveball pass. And there is Smart that you don't want to give the pass to for the Alliance. And a reload. Sawe can't save it, and that's off of, he does indeed, as that goes off of the forearm of Dang Adele. Excellent
hustle by Kevin Asawe as he sprinted for that rebound, that loose ball rebound from the baseline and throwing it off of Dang Adele.
So Vino right there, and you see the elbow on the lips of TDM. But again, TDM, as I said before, Dwight, may not get the benefit of the calls given the size disparity physically with the other opponents.
And that's what happened on his last dribble drive to the basket. Again, the referees are not giving him the benefit of the doubt offensively.
Dunn-Martin back with it. It's going to be a hot one tomorrow, but it's a hot one inside for Dunn. Guerrier stopping, popping, and he is fouled. And he will go to the line for 2 free throws as he's trying to get the GPS data towards the rim as he did on that sequence.
Excellent play right there by Quincy Guerrier. Getting Kevon Vino on his hip, on his side, taking him into the lane, pump faking, getting Adele into the air, and creating contact for 2 free throws.
A true technician with the ball in his hands.
That was an excellent move right there, yes.
The romance, second to none with the ball in his hands. Quincy Guerrier played at Syracuse, Oregon, Illinois. Shakur Daniel about to come back in for the Blackjacks. No subs lined up for the Alliance. And he misses that one. Another missed free throw. Montreal, 8 of 15 and Vino. And that was sent towards the glebe in the Ottawa region. And this will be back over to the Alliance with 5:13 left in this ballgame.
Another unfortunate turnover right there from the Blackjacks. He had an opportunity to either get a 2 or a 3 to tie. Let's see if the Alliance can take advantage of this ultra-important possession as we approach target time.
They'll play each other again August 6th, next game here in Montreal. Who knows by then what it means. It could be a home game. Guerrier wants that home game. Popping with the left. And that was the coolest man on the court on the finish.
Excellent footwork right there by Quincy Guerrier. Saw Isaiah Moore in front of him. Underneath scoop shot with the left hand.
Tate. Smart. Using the angles. The fade. And that is smoother by Javonte Smart.
Easy pickings right there for Javonte Smart. Shooting over the top of the diminutive Tavian Dunn-Martin.
34 seconds from target time territory. 3-point lead for the Alliance. Dunn-Martin back with it. Looking for the options, and Guerrier has been the option. Dunn-Martin trying to find Smith perhaps. 5 left in the shot clock. Diggins Jr. off balance. A rebound and a chance for Ottawa to tie it up with a 3 as we move into the final 10 seconds before target.
Excellent defensive rebound by Isaiah Moore.
Smart. He is a flamethrower. Diggins Jr. wants that assignment. 10 left on the shot clock. Here is Smart. There is Diggins Jr. Smart whistle. And that will be the second.
He's had a terrific night on both ends of the court. Let's see if his stellar play can help the Alliance to a win.
Eyeball to eyeball. Tate. Rebound Osawe.
Nice look to open time from Terrell Tate. Unfortunate for him with the miss.
And a chance here for the Alliance to get closer towards 87. Maybe 9 more. Dunn-Martin. Cold. Very cold. And back over it comes. Here is Smart over. He's on the gallop with the Euro. And he will get it back down to a 1-point lead and 10 away from win.
Excellent move with the 0 step, the gather, and then the nice off-legged finish strong at the cup to bring the Ottawa Blackjacks within 1.
And that is a beautiful finish for him in this situation now. Dunmartin looking for the outlets. Nowhere to go. And another careless possession by the Alliance. And that is turnover number 18 for the team, Dwight. And they play clean basketball at times, but this has been a sloppy affair on the offensive end.
Yes, it's unfortunate right there. Plus, the ball here, the move right there by excellent finish right there. Nice Euro step on the off-legged finish by Smart in transition.
Smart with it. Smart looking. Smart popping. And this is a giveaway. Dunmartin, can he now get his first field goal? He is fouled instead. And bodies flying out there like an ECW match. And now going to the free throw line will be Tavian Dunmartin.
And the referees are going to get together to discuss this foul right here. But I believe an unsportsmanlike foul is going to be called because Isaiah Moore in transition did not go for the basketball. So the correct call by the officials right here, meaning 2 free throws for TDM and balls on the side for the Alliance.
Thank you to Mike Holmesy. It is unsportsmanlike.
Yes, that is correct.
Our referee pro right here.
That is correct. It is the correct call because Isaiah Moore did not go for the basketball on the attempted block.
This has been a compelling watch between these two teams, Dwight. Remember, their history has been 4 wins, 4 losses in this series. Montreal last defeated Ottawa here on June 11th, 2024, when they won by 15. And Ottawa won the first game,
and I believe
90-77.
I believe here that is the 5th and disqualifying foul for the very important Isaiah Moore.
And he's not happy about that. And he will have an early advantage towards the Showers.
Or is that his 4th foul? I'm not sure here. Let's see if the scoreboard changes correctly here.
Well, he's definitely on the bench. And here's a replay now again, Dwight, with what transpired on that finish.
Again, he didn't make a play for the basketball. Definitely just tried to contest and to stop TDM from making the open floor layup. But again, the rules are rules. The correct call might be made by the officials. Unsportsmanlike foul. 2 shots and the ball for the Alliance.
So it appears that they did disqualify Moore from what has been told to us right now. And,
was it a 5th foul or was it an ejection?
It appears it's an ejection. So he's going to have to make his way through the Alliance fan base. Might sign a couple autographs on the way out. And now Dunmartin. Heart pounding the back of the ribcage with Tavian Dunmartin. And that will just ease the nerves here, Dwight, for him as he was stuck on 8 for pretty much the entire second half.
Well, he has to have, selective memory right now. Forget about that. How he started, it's how you finish. And right there, 2 very, very important free throws. And now ball side out for the Alliance. Let's see if they can convert this into a possible 5-point play with a 3-point basket.
So right now, Montreal 7 away from win number 7, and Ottawa 10 away from win number 9. Ottawa 6-2 in their last 8. They came up with a great escape 2-6. Pistol Smith in. Pistol Smith repelled, and he is fouled by Dang Adele, and he will go to the free throw line for potential points.
Excellent dribble drive right here by Tavis Smith. We're going to find out right here. Stops to the dime. The momentum of Dang Adele, his lower body definitely committed the foul. It was clean up top of the block, but definitely lower body contact, creating the contact. And Tavis Smith now going to the line for 2 very important free throws.
He was oozing with intent.
Absolutely.
In the second half. And he is thirsty for more points. And Montreal 6 away from win number 7.
If the Alliance go on to win this game, Mo, I firmly believe that Tavis Smith is going to be the named the player of the game. It's his play in the second half that has catapulted the Alliance to this lead.
Montreal 5 away from win number 7. Winner bust perhaps for the Alliance. They need to get win number 7 to create a gap with them and Brampton and bring themselves back in with Scarborough and the Blackjacks. Javante Smart, he definitely is a technician. And that might have been repelled by Diggins Jr. And this will be a whistle, and this will be a foul on Ottawa. And you have to think now that the frustration is starting to seep through for Ottawa and some of these ticky-tack calls against them.
And I was just about to say, Javante Smart committing the frustration foul after his unfortunate miss on the offensive end, and it ends up not being a smart foul because the Alliance are in the penalty right now, going to the free throw line for 2 more important free throws.
Trying to put a vice grip on this game is Osawa. Trying to put the Blackjacks to the sword is Osawa. 4 points away from win at number 7. Dave DeVille will have to go perfect. He's going to call a timeout after this free throw if it goes through. Ottawa at this point, and this guy could be the point man to get them back in points. Smart, Tate, very on him from 17. And that will help Ottawa, but now they have to come up with the biggest stop if it's going to be a 3-point shot from Montreal.
Huge shot there from Terrell Tate to give the Blackjacks some life here in target time.
We did see Vancouver beat Brampton. Dancing, Smith. They say a week in politics is long. For Montreal, 3 weeks without a win is very long.